Before you hear another politician say, the economy is turning a corner, ask yourself this. Why does everyday life in the UK feel harder than ever? If inflation is falling, jobs still exist, and officials claim stability is back, then why are families drowning in bills, businesses quietly collapsing, and confidence at rock bottom? Tonight, we uncover the uncomfortable truth behind the headlines and answer the question no one wants to face. Is the UK economy on the edge of collapse, or is a real recovery finally coming? Welcome to UK Economic Report, your go-to channel for the latest updates on the UK economy. From inflation and interest rates to housing trends and government policies, we break down the numbers so you can understand how they impact your finances. Right now, millions of people across the UK feel poorer than they did just a few years ago. Wages may be rising on paper, but in reality, they're still struggling to keep up with everyday expenses. Food prices remain high, energy bills are a constant worry, and rent or mortgage payments are eating up a bigger share of household income than ever before. For many families, there's no financial cushion left. One unexpected bill can push them into debt. This isn't just a cost of living crisis anymore. It's a confidence crisis. Interest rates sit at the heart of this problem. The Bank of England raised rates aggressively to fight inflation. And while inflation has come down from its peak, the damage is already done for many households. Homeowners coming off fixed-rate mortgages are facing payment shocks that can add hundreds of pounds a month. For renters, landlords are passing on higher costs through rising rents. And for businesses, borrowing has become more expensive, forcing tough decisions about hiring, investment, or even survival. Small and medium-sized businesses, the backbone of the UK economy, are under immense pressure. Energy costs, higher wages, and reduced consumer spending have created a perfect storm. High streets tell the story clearly. More to-let signs, fewer independent shops, and shorter opening hours. When small businesses struggle, job security weakens and local economies suffer. This is how economic slowdowns quietly spread. At the same time, government debt remains historically high. Years of crisis spending, from the pandemic to energy support schemes, have left the public finances stretched. That limits what the government can realistically do to stimulate growth without spooking markets or pushing borrowing costs even higher. Every budget announcement now feels like a balancing act between helping struggling households and maintaining fiscal credibility. But here's where the debate becomes more complicated. Despite all these pressures, the UK economy has avoided a deep recession so far. Employment levels remain relatively strong, and some sectors are showing resilience. Inflation, while still painful, is no longer spiraling out of control. Supporters of the recovery argument say this proves the economy is bending, not breaking. There's also hope pinned on future interest rate cuts. If rates begin to come down gradually, it could ease pressure on mortgages, boost business investment, and restore some consumer confidence. Lower inflation gives policymakers more room to move, and markets are already trying to price in what comes next. For many households, even a small reduction in rates could feel like a lifeline. However, the risk is that recovery may be uneven and slow. Economic statistics can improve while everyday life remains difficult for millions. Growth that only benefits certain regions or income groups wouldn't feel like a real recovery to most people. London and parts of the southeast may bounce back faster, while other regions continue to lag behind, widening inequality across the country. Another major concern is productivity. The UK has struggled with weak productivity growth for years, even before recent crises. Without serious investment in skills, infrastructure, and innovation, any recovery could be fragile. A short-term bounce doesn't solve long-term structural problems. This is why many economists warn that without bold reforms, the UK risks falling behind other advanced economies. Then there's the global picture. The UK doesn't exist in isolation. Slowing global growth, geopolitical tensions, and uncertain trade conditions all feed back into the domestic economy. Exporters face challenges, supply chains remain vulnerable, and global financial markets can turn volatile quickly. A shock from abroad could easily derail a weak recovery at home. Public trust is another hidden factor. When people lose faith in economic management, they change their behavior. They spend less, save more, and delay big decisions like buying homes or starting businesses. This lack of confidence can become self-fulfilling, slowing growth even further. Restoring trust takes time, consistency, and clear leadership. So is the UK about to collapse? A full-scale economic collapse, like some fear, is still unlikely. The UK has strong institutions, a diverse economy, and the ability to adapt. But that doesn't mean the danger has passed. What we're facing instead is a prolonged period of strain, where living standards recover slowly, and many people continue to feel left behind. The real question isn't collapse versus recovery. It's what kind of recovery we're heading toward. Will it be broad-based, lifting wages and living standards across the country? Or will it be narrow, benefiting a few while the rest struggle to keep up? The choices made now on interest rates, public spending, taxation, and investment will shape the answer. For individuals watching this, the uncertainty is exhausting. Planning for the future feels harder when the economic ground keeps shifting. But staying informed is crucial. Understanding what's driving these changes helps you make better decisions, whether that's managing debt, planning savings, or navigating the job market. In the months ahead, expect mixed signals. Some headlines will talk about growth and stabilization, while others will highlight ongoing hardship. Both can be true at the same time. Economic recoveries are rarely smooth or evenly shared. They're messy, political, and often frustrating. So as we watch the next moves from the Bank of England, the government, and global markets, remember this. The UK economy is not doomed, but it is not out of danger either. We're walking a narrow path between recovery and deeper trouble, and the margin for error is small. What happens next will affect every household, every worker, and every business in the country. That's why these discussions matter. And that's why we'll continue to break down the facts, cut through the noise, and keep you informed about what's really happening with the UK economy. Thanks for watching UK Economic Report. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay updated on the latest UK economic news, expert analysis, and financial insights that matter to you.